Hello all. We had the Ravanelli backdrop into the Salas backdrop. And as a man of superstition, I feel like that means we're going to have a good episode, regardless of the fact that David Healy is out for a month. So let's have a check of David Healy. Since he's come in 2 games in the league, 1 in the cup, he scored that goal, 24 years old, Northern Irish international. Let's go have a look at his training before we move on. Where are you, David? You're now on here. So nothing is happening in the minute. Now, not touched on this. We'll get to this in a second. Steven Gerrard is now back. He's out for 3 months with a hip injury. So all blue. So at the minute, he is not improving. He's not been with us long enough to potentially have started developing. Interesting that Gerrard is developing. So maybe we're going to see him grow to a point. He'll need to go out on another loan, but we're to a stage where he's going to become re-establish himself as a first teamer again. Because he played 11 games, 4 Partick Thistle, 6.7 rating, 2 assists, 1 yellow card, no goals. Thistle still have Bramble, who's currently up front for them. So there he is. So that's probably why he's not developing as a defender. Maybe we're going to bring him back and fire him up front. I don't know. I've not decided yet. Into the episode, last match. Disappointing 2-0 defeat to Everton. So Alan Johnson with both goals for them. Prior to that match was a 1-0 win over Swindon. So a pretty rotated side. Healy with the goal. So that is the goal. Only 6 fouls in here. We've come back earlier than I said because we are going to have a look at the Servette fixture. Because like someone said, there aren't many UEFA Cup games. And we've worked so hard to get here, so let's not throw them away. So we're going to have a look at Servette, then we'll have a look at Coventry. And then we'll see about the League Cup. We'll see how we're feeling when we get there, depending on what else comes up. So here we are. We've got the game versus Servette at their ground. We are going with the 4-2-3-1 attacking midfield roles, but there's been a tweak here. So I have dropped Andre and Cook into the midfield role, meaning that they push forward with the ball. So they're going wide, narrow to wide is basically what we're doing. Everything else is as it is. And the reason we're doing that, because that's giving us a lineup of Given, Hippier, Warner, Deleu, Scally, Keats, Mullins, Andre Lundberg, Cook, Hartson up top, with Manishi, Scott Parker, Pet Everett, Michael Walsh, Carl Larry, Matt Holland, and Richard Wright on the bench. It's just because of this. We are decimated for forwards. Johnson is suspended. Risso is out for another 3 weeks. Phillips is out for 10 days. We've only got Hartson. We've got no striker on the bench. If we need a striker, we're going to have to push one of the other guys in. We're going to keep this on very fast, and we're going to see how we get on. So 5-0 up. So shouldn't be too much to worry about, even with those changes, even with the lack of attacking emphasis. Sure, I just saw they had someone called Baggio. It's Baggia. No panic over. And it's half-time, and it's 0-0 in the tie. Right. Let's get Scott Parker on for John Hartson. Let's get Terry Cook in that role. I'm going to leave Park. Tell you what, let's push Lundberg. Lundberg has got right foot, hasn't he? No, I'm going to leave him in the centre. So Parker is going into that role. Can we get Terry Cook a continental goal? We are also nearing the stage when we may start looking. Oh, someone had gone round the goalkeeper there. And that's an uneventful. We played it. We're going to keep it in the episode. But not a lot has happened. But, you know, 5-0 up in the first leg. Bit of a rotated side. Now we can see who we are going to get in the next round. Hopefully, we'll avoid some of these teams that I'm already like, I have no idea how you pronounce that. But we are through to the 3rd round. Coventry in 4 days. Let's see if we can get any of the boys back.
The whistle goes for half-time.
Now, we'll start here. Charlton have rejected the £500,000 offer from Ipswich for Trevor Benjamin. He is coming to the end of his contract. So he's going to be out of contract at the end of this season. We are coming up to December. So soon, or be able to put an offer in to take him for free. But for the time being, I am trying to get in another striker. So we're going to offer 820,000 for him. What did they pay for? They got him on a free. No, they didn't get him on a free. They got him for 425,000. So considering that he's probably going to try and leave for free, I feel like you should be taking this, Charlton. Look, you're 8th. You're 8th in the league. Ooh, Colin Lee, watch. Hartlepool are in second at the minute, holding off all the other footballing powers that are there. Right, the will they, won't they saga of Rio Ferdinand and Maceo is still won't they, or they won't. He's not signing. So 3.1 million. He's got ages left. He wants to move to a bigger club. I want him to move here because I think he could really kick on, but we just can't get him over the line at the minute. So one to keep your eye on. Another one to keep your eye on, Dean Wellesby. He is going to come back and he is going to probably go into contention for the matchday squad at the minute. So he's been on a free. Came in on a free, one of the regens. Played one game for us last year. He's played 17 games for Clyde this year and got 8 goals. Now, granted, that's in Division 2, but it's seen them go top. So he is a man of decent potential, I would say. Let's check his mate out. So they've also got Steve Hunt on loan from Rangers. And here we go, people. Massive news. Ipswich will play Arsenal in the UEFA Cup third round. The first leg will be played at Highbury, London, on Tuesday the 25th of November. So a while away yet. Let's see where that puts us. So we've got Spurs. So we're gonna play up to this, and this is going to be Monday's episode. Now we're 11th, so that gives us a little bit of time to concentrate. Now, Bradford have come in, and I hate that I'm going to do this. Bradford are 23rd in Division 2, and I would be interested in this, but for the time being, Wellesby is going to stay with us. So sorry. Sorry, Keith, in particular, one of the Bradford fans that we have. Now, staying with a crazy formation, big changes from last time though. Right in goal, McGlinchey left back, Carl Lowry behind my face at right back, Walsh and Warwick returning as the centre back pair, Keats and Mullins back in the midfield, pairing the engine room, the coal shovelers. We're bringing in Musto. The lesser seen Neil Musto. So he is coming in for this game on the left. Lundberg through the centre. Ruddy to the right behind Hartson. And then we've got Johnson and Cook on the bench if we're going to go to our three up top. Plus we've got a few other options there. We're going to keep this on very fast. Maybe fast for the second half, but let us see. Now Coventry are below us. So they are below 11th in the league. And we've just had one cleared off the line. And we've scored. It's Hartson. What is that? That is his 4th league goal. So the big man is starting to rev up now. The battering ram. And it looks like they've got Vonk. Now, remember, they're a very, very strong side, Coventry, in the start of this. And we've scored again, though. So Hartson is the scorer. He doesn't care about that. He's like, just get out of the way, Coventry. And it's 2-0. Going into the half. So pretty dominant half. The likes of Michael Kidd, Barry Hales, George Boateng, Dave Thompson, Mark Draper, and Michael Rose haven't been able to stand up. It's not Wim Jonk, it's Hans Vonk, the goalkeeper. So pretty decent stats, really. Great pace. Imagine a goalkeeper being that quick. So we're doing pretty well. I'm not going to change this, Richard. Right, look at that. The man is back. We're going to keep this formation on for the time being. I'm going to see if we can get John a hat-trick. It's his 100th league goal. Now it's time for David Johnson to come on. So Johnson is going to come on. Manish is going to come on for Lundberg. Let's change those two out. Let's save the other sub. We're going to keep this on very fast because we are cruising. We are back. We are so back. 23,000. Everyone's happy. Let's get Scally on. Come have a rest, Carl. Job done. Right, so Coventry slipped down to 19th. That puts us up to 7th. We are in that. You could not look at that table and say that we are not in it. This worries me that that's our position that's coming up. A little bit that I teased last time out. We're coming up to December when you can start to put in bids for people. This is the out of contract page. So these are people that aren't interested in us. But if you have a look at this, Alan Smith, Marcelo Salas, Michael Owen, Gianluca Zambrotta, that's not going to count because he's obviously off. Francesco Totti, Bellucci, Ryan Giggs, Elba, Daniel Monterrego, Jamie Marino on my shortlist. I've already tried to buy him. He was going to be the answer to my striking problems, but he's not injured. Frederick Nee. Page 2. Gattuso, Rivaldo, Cambiasso. Look at this guy. You know, the names change a bit here. Andy Johnson, Tommy Smith. We are going to be in for Smith, though. Mango, Bo Hansen, Mario Stanic. How old is he? He's 31, but he's a decent player. He could do a job for us if we can get hold of him. Edgar Davids, Marco Riche, Enrico Chiesa Senior. No scam winners medals for him. Finidi, maybe. Call your horses, people. And then Nuno Gomes out there at Boa Vista. Happy to stay at club. £8,000. We will be trying to tempt you, though. If we go on to interested, though, you'll see why I did it this way, because it's not as exciting. It goes straight to Tommy Smith. I'm like, Tommy Smith is good. Tommy Smith is very good. But he's not Rivaldo, is he? He's not even Watford's Rivaldo. But we've got this man coming to an end of a contract. And we've got Sonny Anderson, who I've just spotted. He's 33, though. He wants first-team football. 1 second, please. Great technique. I feel like he's aging out too much now that I've studied him. Yuri Rosiski. Jermaine Pennant was one of the people we were looking at very early in the game. He's only 20 still. This is staggering to me. What's his adaptability? 5. I was going to say, because we're not playing this, unless he was going to go in the Terry Cook role. Let's keep an eye on him. Impromptu transfer talk over. We are fighting off offers for Dean Wellesby from everyone. But this is nice. Wrexham have promoted coach Ian Rush to the position of manager. Where are Wrexham? 22nd in Division 3. So, you know, good luck to you, Ian. Wonderful player. Right, Swansea, 6th in Division 2. Are we sending him out? I've turned into loan manager here. Who have they got? They've got Neil Harris. And they've got James Hayter. I don't know if I suppose he's got better all-round stats than them. Paul Furlong is there. My worry is that if I send him there, what game time is he getting? Hartlepool are first. Hartlepool are first in Division 1. I like the sound of this. Scott Taylor. Do you know what? Let's do it. Wellesby had his success in Scotland. Going to send him off to Hartlepool. So we're going to reject these other ones. So it's probably too early for him to be coming in. I had fired him into the first team squad. Let's relegate him back to the reserves. Let's see how he does out at Hartlepool. Oh, and this is not good. Right, contract accepted. So one striker out, hopefully a striker coming in. He only wants 7,000 a week. He's not on much more than that. You're not getting that, though. I don't care if it's not real money. We've still got a war chest, to use old terms, of 12 million. But we are losing money. So, you know, I'm right to be frugal with it, despite the 21 million bank balance. So I'm thinking... We're at home. We've just had a good win. We've still not got the striker options back that I would like. So we're going to keep it as this. I'm not going to make any changes other than the change that I had to make, which was Matt Holland is coming on the right there. So I've not booked Cook in. I'm going to leave Holland. Let's see. Can we brush aside Spurs and get into the League Cup 5th round? Freddie. Is this the start of a Freddie Lundberg goal-scoring streak? Hartson, you know, that man loves a goal. I'm like, how many league goals does John Hartson now have for us? That's an interesting question for me to try and figure out. Right. Half-time. Dominating. Let's check the player ratings. Dominating. Hayden Mullins is a funny player, isn't he? Because look at his stats. I feel like strength, stamina, tackling, teamwork, versatility, work rate, shooting's decent, positioning's decent, passing's great, pace is great, off the ball's a bit so-so. I feel like he should be so much better than the 6.13 that we consistently get from him. I know he is not technically... He's a defender slash midfielder slash sweeper, and we are playing him technically... Well, not technically. We're playing him at defensive midfield. So I'm like, maybe I should retrain him. Let's try pushing him in where Matt's playing. Let's see. Can we cheer you up, son? But I'm happy with this. Second half, staying on very fast. Dean Keats has scored, struck from 20 yards out, first goal of the season. Now that he's not got Hayden Mullins holding him back in defensive midfield, he's like, let's go do a goal. And how has Hayden responded? He's much better, isn't he? So maybe his underperformance has been on me this entire time. Let's rotate John. Let's rotate Freddie. Let's do Terry Cook for... Tell you what, I'm going to take Musto off. Let's spin those two around. Let's see if he can do it on the left. Only 10,000 of you here, though. What more do you want from me? Easy chance for Cook. Still 3-0. But that's commanding. If we can start to take this through... Arsenal have had to go to extra time against Division 1 Fulham. Look. Hashlan Kajou. Can't say that. What a player he was. Was a huge fan of him. Right. The rivals Birmingham coming up. Let's have a look. So it is today, because it's Saturday. I've just seen that it's skipped on. Past meetings. Look at this for a rivalry. We have played 10 games against these. Won 5, drawn 1, lost 4, scored 15. A lot of them in the first division, a little spell of them in the Premiership. So we're going into match 11 and then match 12 against them this year. Let's see if we can start to pull away. Because if you've been here from the start, you will remember the Peter Unlove show. Where is Peter? He's at Forest. Not necessarily playing, but he's only 30 years old. He's only got 25 Zimbabwe caps. There can't be other people better than him. That's all I'm saying. Right, Phillips is back. Keats is out. We will play Man United in the League Cup quarter-final. I'm not ready to bring Kevin Phillips back into the matchday squad at the minute. I'm leaving Hartson on despite his 95. That is as close as I would like to get to a player starting, really. Apart from all the times that I've missed that a player's been on like 7 and I started him, which did happen. Season 4, I want to say. Right, so we have got... the same back four We've got Holland and Warner. So Warner has come in. Vance Warner's come in for a rare midfield role. We're keeping Musto in. We've got Lundberg and then Mullins out to the right behind Hartson. And then Pierre-Yves Andre has come onto the bench for Cook. So let's check the fixtures. We've got this game. And then we've got Sunderland where we need to start thinking about resting people ready for the away trip to Highbury. We're in the orange, as we always are against Birmingham, away at least. Here is the water pipe, or the sprinkler pipe. And this has been a rapid first half, but Hartson looks certain to score. It's been created by Freddie Lundberg. Ayal Berkovic has been sent off. We're going to go down to fast for the second half so we can see, can we put Birmingham away? Let's have a look. What is going on in here? Mullins playing a 6. It must have just been the one-off that he had that good game. But the formation, the new formation, the 4-2-3-1, looks to be something that we're going to take into the Arsenal game. Now I'm like, do I play Phillips or do I give Phillips 45 in the Sunderland game? Or do I just rest him and keep him for the big game against Arsenal? Let's see what happens during the week. Do we get Trevor Benjamin in? Cernacek won't get there. Matthew Holland has scored. It's been disallowed. Right. I'm now getting nervous because it's Birmingham, because I'm so scarred by Birmingham. I'm getting worried about a sucker punch coming here. Right, then what we're going to do? Hartson's on an 8. Musto. I'm like, am I going to fire a player on up front? Let's bring Eves on. Vance Warner. Let's bring Manish on for him. Let's drop a man back. Let's see what those lads can do. We've still got a striker there if we need it. Come on, get him in the book, ref. Now, last 15. If we can keep this on, we're on for a pretty good episode. Although if this turns into a draw, that's going to change against 10-man Birmingham. Oh, so close from Andre. Grazes the bar. They've brought on Ainsworth. I'm going to take John off for the last 5. Let's get Johnson on. Come on, a goal would be great here, David Johnson. Final whistle, 1-0. You know, not massively convincing, but I'm taking it. With the rotations, Keats out, the strikers out, we're now up to 4th. I get we have just played 2 of the bottom 3. And we played Spurs in the Cup. They're at Oxford, by the way, in case you're wondering where they are. But we're starting to go places. Where is Sunderland? 14th. Let's see what happens in the build-up.
So let's just take another look at that one.
Finally, a signing. Ipswich have signed Trevor Benjamin. What are we going to give Big Trev? Let's give him 14. That feels like a Trevor Benjamin number to me. We've got Arsenal coming up. Final game of the episode. We'll play this on fast. Hartson is coming out because look, he's on a 92. This might be a Shea Given episode as well. Right, so a much changed team here. Given in goal, Huppier at left back, Warner, Jarman, Scally at right back, Musto and Parker in the engine room, Andre left, Manishi right, Rissiv through the middle in a rare foray, outing, can't think of any words that would go with that. Phillips is back, Benjamin on the bench, Johnson, Lundberg, Dalu and Wright. So we're home. We've got Sunderland. Wished I'd checked our previous setting against them before we go into the game. Is there anyone on their bench I want to buy? They'll be like, oh, look at this guy. They'll be like, he's looking over. Hide the subs. Dennis Boyle's decent, isn't he? Let's get into the game, though, and let's see. They look happy to sit back. Let's see how we get on. I feel like a win here will have really established us and get our season going. Several of you were saying that we started slowly last year. Kevin Phillips applies the finish in the back of the net. He's kissing the Ipswich badge, pointing at the Sunderland fans. They'll be going mad. They'll be throwing plastic cups in, but I don't care because those plastic cups cost them £6 each. So we'll just, some slow-page steward will just push them off. What a 4 minutes of football, though. Rissiv goes down. Don't be doing that to him. His body isn't used to football anymore. Is that Darren Byfield? How's Darren? How good is Darren Byfield? He's not terrible, is he? He's not what you sell Kevin Phillips for, though, is he? Although he's not got a goal, so we know what we're going to see. That's his first goal of the season. They've got Mauricio Pochettino. Yes, I was like, I should probably check that it is him. It could have been another one. Who's that for? Is that? Oh, that is for the Poch. Believe he played in the Beckham Simone game, didn't he? Might have been one of the people that got rinsed by Owen. The coming to out of contract Owen. He'd love it in Suffolk. Phillips has scored again. Lovely strike from Phillips. That's his 5th goal of the season. Thomas Sorensen was out of position. Probably desolate that he doesn't play with Kevin Phillips anymore. Given makes a great save. This has been a good year for Given in terms of games and ability. He has rebounded nicely from his 4 appearance in the final in the League Cup, the final League Cup game that we played. I got there in the end against Leicester last year. We got absolutely destroyed. Right, it's half time. We're doing well here. Look at this. What a makeshift team. Let's get Trev on. I want to save Kevin. He's giving me a headache in terms of, are we going to go to the original formation? That's all I want for now. Let's keep it on fast just to see if Benjamin can get a debut goal. He's also left-footed, so I'm going to start referring to him as Kevin Phillips' eventual replacement. Andre sends it wide. He's come a bit better this year, though. I will give him that. Big Trev. Benjamin is the scorer. He's scored on his debut. I should have got that guy some music. Look, he's not got the flair, but look at him. Look how determined he is. The little Trev who could, or the big Trev who could. I have no idea what Trevor Benjamin's real height and size was now. I'm just going off his stats, but I feel like he was a bit of a target man. I'd have to look it up. I do remember the real one at Leicester. Right, is there anyone that we want to start thinking about saving here? With how Musto has done lately, I'm like, has this guy put himself in contention for starting? I think he has, hasn't he? Let's fire Delou on for Musto. Let's spin those two around. So 15 minutes for you to go. In midfield, bit of a run out. Not getting a new contract though. I don't want to hear about your versatility from your agent. Give in. Sorensen on a free. What I like to see. Like, nothing personal against Thomas Sorensen. He always seemed like a decent guy. Watch him have had some kind of horrific post-football career now. Bit of time wasted from Huppier there. The final whistle has gone on the episode. It is a 3-0 demolition, there we go, I got there, of Sunderland. Don't let the wet 13 degrees weather stop you from coming. The 26,000, you know, there is room for others there to be in, but I'm not going to hold that against you. Man United marching on, relentless. Have Arsenal played? Not that I can see. Man City have beaten Liverpool, though, to establish themselves in that top 5. Liverpool have dropped off. Oxford have lost because now that I've remembered they're in the league, I'm interested in that again. And there is Arsenal. Oh, Arsenal. They have lost to 20th place Tottenham. That's good for us. They were probably resting players. Hopefully they weren't. Let's have a look. We can do this, can't we? Yeah, they've rested players. They've got Bosnich in goals. They've got Curtis back. He was on the bench. They've got Huckabee. They've got George. So, you know, they have Roger Juffing. What a name. They've rested a few people there, but it's cost them. Not only has it cost them a little bit of impetus and form and confidence, but it has allowed us to close back up on them. So there we go. Thank you very much, people. We have had a superb episode there. 3-0 win over Sunderland to close the episode. 1-0 win over Birmingham. A demolishing of Tottenham to get through in the League Cup. And a 3-0 defeat, a 3-0 win over Coventry to start the league campaign of the episode, and then the 0-0 away tie. That was a bit anticlimactic. I will give you that, but I feel like we've recovered from that. We will be back on Monday. Thank you very much. Please keep the comments, likes, subscribes coming. The series is going to keep going as long as it's popular. But then we'll move on to the next game once it feels like it's come to a natural conclusion.